Welcome to the Shamanic Secrets of Numerology, where we're combining the planets, Cardology, the Fibonacci sequence, astrology, and all the secrets. Make sure you check the original history video that's going to show you how to combine your numbers in ways that the computer can never do and never generate. Get on the list so that you can get massive discounts on the course before it is even available. I'll send a discount code when the time comes. Enjoy your numbers. We'll see you soon. Subscribe. Cardology number 4, numerology number 4. Let's take this in. It's not just your life path. It's not just your destiny number. We're talking about the energetic frequency of the number 4, related and linked to Saturn. Number 1 element is going to be Vata, the Vata dosha in Ayurveda medicine. You deal with things like dryness, thinking too much, and being overly rigid with those thoughts. Before I go any further, make sure that you download and get on the early bird when it comes to the numerology course of the Shamanic Secrets. It's available. You're going to get it at a massive discount. If you're on the email list, it's a free download to get on the email list specifically for this numerology course. And then you'll get that massive discount on the full course. So let's talk today about some weaknesses, some strengths, some icons with this numerology 4, some hobbies, some talents, some life advice, certain smells, and gemstones, things that'll help you maximize your life with the 4 energy. Understand as well, you really want to check in if you have a 4 in Pythagorean theorem as well as Chaldean. These are two different themes where in Pythagorean I don't have any 4s, but in Chaldean I do. So I'm going to be able to speak from some personal experience. All right, hit the thumbs up and the likes button. This is your Astro Shaman inspiring brilliance, leveraging occult practices and spiritual accountability is one of the things you can expect on our membership. So do check out our membership where we're learning this live, and you're going to be able to get some feedback from the members. You're going to be able to see people who have these numbers and actually interact and live with them. So hit the thumbs up. Let's get in. All right, number 4. Let's get some of the obvious ones out. You're super practical. You can be very rigid, very inflexible, very earthly, okay? From the standpoint of Capricorn is an energy that links with you, as well as Aquarius. Other than that, you really got to look at the modern and the old time traditional understandings of the numerology 4, which equates to Saturn and Saturnian themes, which is where some of the occult practices come from. When you look into, man, I'm having a complete mind fart. I almost want to say the Mormons, but that's not really true, even though 4 can be a very traditional number, whether you're Christian, Mormon, X, Y, and Z. But I'm thinking about, it was the Masons, okay, Masonry, and really dipping into the occult practices of the devil. And the devil in this instance, or demonic energy, the occult side of number 4 equates to negative emotions as well as negative attachments, which Saturn can do with our karmic memories for this numerology 4. So understand, everybody with the number 4 in Cardology, whether you're a 4 of diamonds, 4 of clubs, okay, 4 of spades, 4 of hearts, we're going to try to look and see a little bit of each one. The 4 of hearts, for example, you're really here to build a foundation in love and a foundation with emotional support and commitment, right? The 4 of clubs is really here to share their positive thoughts, positive thinking, and how they have progressed through their karma. 4 of diamonds is here as that earthly sign of the 4, very, 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 very practical. But you have a tremendous spiritual side. Like all the diamonds have access to the spirit, because from, it's an as above, so below kind of energy, and vice versa. So that's something that you'll be very money orientated. You'll really want money, but you also realize that you're here to get it by spiritual means. And 4 of spades, more of that airy energy of the 4. One, obviously got to be careful of planning fatigue, just planning so much that you forget to actually do the things that are important. And by default, the 4 is a number that actually is one that likes to complete goals, so I don't think you'll get stuck here forever, but it is important to be mindful. All right, that you don't get overly idealistic and step into that more Aquarian rather than Capricornian, that Uranian, which wants to observe rather than actually do, and it can get very stuck and fixated. So other than that, some of the weaknesses and strengths of the number 4, as I see 4-4 on screen. Okay, certain weaknesses of the number 4, you could be very obstinate and flexible, rigid, as well as really stuck on the plan, even if you know something. 4-4-4 on screen, even if you know something is better for you, you get stuck on the plan and you can forget to have fun. And a lot of times with the number 4, your rigidness comes from a lack of planning and scheduling time for fun. So that's my number 1 main advice, is you have to actually plan. You're the one who needs to plan to have sex with your husband or your wife. You're the one who needs to plan to go out, to go bowling, and to the movies with some friends, and to do laser tag. You have to plan these things because you naturally are just so focused on service and what you're here to achieve. One of your mantras is I achieve, okay? And so when these are some of your weaknesses. Now for your strengths, you're very dependable, you're very pragmatic, you can plan, right? You know how to isolate yourself. Whether it's only in your work is a different story. You gotta be careful. Well, another thing I'll say you gotta be careful with is isolating yourself with marijuana. 5-5 on screen, because marijuana is one of these things, for example, where like the more you smoke, if you get too consistent in it, you'll get isolated to the point of paranoia. You get isolated to the point of, you know, you don't need people, and you get too stuck in your thoughts. So understand that Saturn, the planet Saturn, is Vata, and Vata is air and ether. And so again, number 4, you're one of the people who I really believe that in your isolation and its positive and its healthiness, all right, the ability to be alone and not feel lonely, is one of the times where you really do connect with God. You do a great job understanding what the people of the lower world need, as well as what the people of the future generations will need. So I think these are very positive things for number 4. You know, and reasons that we just spoke for strengths and weaknesses. Like I said, occult wisdom is a big one. I think it's underrated how deep you are into the occult, is that you become a great servant. So people you're very compatible with is the number 2, Cardology 2, Cardology 7, Cardology 8. For different reasons. You know, 8 will bring you the status and success that you want, you crave. They'll help you with the money management. 2 can help you with your sensitivities, and 7 can help you with the spirituality, right? And so, you know, plants, stuff like that, I'm going to say you got to really look into the course, and you'll understand what plants you really want to furnish your home with, but they're very important. They're plants very specific to you. Your colors are black, okay? I'm literally wearing black as a part of this. I am Black history. This is 4 energy. 4 energy is one who supports the dark people, literally of every culture, not just Black African Americans, but the dark Asians, the darker Africans between the lighter Africans, you know, the darker Italians versus the lighter Italians, right? So anyone who is in a place of oppression, you are here to help serve them and bring them, you know, positivity, positive thoughts, as well as an outlet out of the suffering. So this is one of your main missions as a 4. Copper is from one of the modalities. This is a copper ring, for example, or copper bracelet. Copper is something that really helps to focus and hone in the 4. It also is a very protective energy to wear, but it's more Martian related. It can help you with your focus when it comes to working against your fears. You have a tremendous amount of fear. So a lot of 4s you'll find will have a square with either Mars or Mars, Saturn, Sun, or Jupiter. These a lot of times you have squares, oppositions with these in your astrology chart. So check that out. There's another color associated with you, and I'll kind of give it out. It's a darker blue, right? So I'm literally wearing both of these. I'm recording this on a Saturday, right? For Saturday is your day, right? Other than that, you have some other gemstones and metals that I'm gonna leave again for the membership. Now, one of your animals that I feel like is important, you have 2 main animals, right? From ancient history. I'll give you one of them. The rest you got to get in the course. One of them is the crow, okay? And another one, the god. There's a god that rides on top of this other animal, which is not a horse. That's my aunt. It's not a horse, but they ride on top of this animal. But the one I can give you is a crow, and the crow can see the past, the present, and the future, and they're able to do that simultaneously. And so this is one of your natural abilities as an occultist, where you take that time away from work. Love. Now, health issues, you know, everything Vata related. This is equating to dry skin, dry eyes, This is why drugs really do impact you in a negative way. You have to be very, very self-disciplined. I'm not telling you can't do drugs or use drugs. What I'm telling you is a 4 is the kind of energy who will like to crack a beer after work, or like to go and drink as a way to have fun, and they get stuck in that as the only way. And the reason is because a lot of time you go through vata imbalances, air and ether. When you don't connect with God enough, ether, in the air, when you get too stuck in your thoughts and you don't do enough action. All right, this makes you very, very sick, and you'll have dry throat. Your kidneys will dry out. You won't be able to process the drug. So this is another key thing: spacey mind, back and knee pains, right? Because again, your joints are not lubricated or drying out. You really have to worry about warming yourself up with spices like cardamom, cinnamon, nutmeg, marjoram, right? These are certain things you got to watch for. Other things that are too astringent, like Florida Jamaica, that's Spanish. What is that? Hibiscus flower. It's an astringent. You got to be careful with this. You want things more like ginger, right? Milk is even another huge thing that will help you dip into your emotional body. Obviously the quality of your milk, you have to focus on that, because there's other things. Now, one of the places that's a 4, I've been here, is Bangkok. Bangkok, Thailand is a 4 energy. So, in the course, you'll understand I have at least eight cities, each number for numerology, of cities that are linked to each number, as well as places not to go. So I'll give you one of them, place for number 4 that does not work very well for you. I would say on the long term is going to be a 5. Okay, it will pretty much destabilize you too much, because one of your talents and abilities is destabilization and building things up. You have the builder archetype, yeah. But one of the places that would be very great for you is something like a 1. Now there's more places, but I'm gonna leave it there. And one of the 1s is because it'll support your work ethic, and you have a tremendous work ethic. Like, nobody works like the number 4. All right, I literally labeled them in our course the hustler. I gave nicknames to each one of them. And number 4 in numerology or cardology, 4 is literally the hustler. Y'all like to work. If anything, it's one of your health issues when you go through workaholism. So when your mind is spacey, one of my life advices for you is to wear brown and to wear wood. So like literally, like I said, I have 4 energy in me. I wear wood. And wood is something that helps to ground our spirit. It's something that allows us to actually connect with spirit and not fly away too far and just kind of feel and get dizzy and feel a little loopy and kind of be like this, especially if you're adding alcohol. Like I said, because you'll go through so much dryness, alcohol is fire water, which is pitta. And so it makes you feel like you balance your vata, which is your cool and your dryness. The problem is you can overexert your pitta, which makes you do what? It makes you work harder. And that's when you really step into the alcoholism. So you got to find more natural ways to ground yourself. Wood is one of them. Like I said, a warm glass of milk at night, before bed, will help you to calm your vata down. These are just certain remedies, but I have so many more remedies. You can obviously always get a one-on-one reading with me, and I can do some justice for you. And the last thing is, you have to organize your space to enhance your production. So you have to organize you have to have different rooms. You need to have a yoga room. You need to have, a room where you record your YouTube videos. You need to have a room where you have sex. You need to have maybe more than one room where you have sex. You need to have a room where you do social gatherings, especially within your home, within your space. You need to organize your space and know the differences. Your kitchen is your kitchen. Like, try not to get overly, try not to work too hard in your bedroom, right? You got to separate these things, because otherwise vata, and these imbalances, your mind would just be way too crazy. So this is what I have for you. The last thing I'll tell you is you really want to make sure you take very, very frequent breaks when you're working. Because again, like I said, you're the hustler, you're going to build things, you're going to achieve a lot in this life. That's not the question. The danger is you will burn out. And the people you're here to serve, okay, of the lower realms, they will be following you and fail as a part of your lack of discipline, which is something that is actually a strength of yours. You are one of the most self-disciplined signs. So it's not that hard for you to cut things out, to be more efficient and effective. Hit the thumbs up and the likes button. Like I said, get on the email list for our numerology, the Shaman Seekers numerology. You'll get, 70 to 80 pages PDFs worth of this for every number. In Cardology, you will have 24 to 30 hours, I think like 30 hours worth of video content based off of this that you just won't see. As you see, this is a 14-minute video right now. You're going to get like 30 hours worth. And it's going to be a very deep, very, very deep dive. I'm going into OG secrets. Like I said, I have number 4 within me. I am an occultist, point blank period. I have a tremendous amount of secrets that I remember. And I realize that I can only share them in a structured format like a 4 would do for the people who actually want and crave that information and enlightenment. So that said, thank you for being here. I love you. I will see you soon for number 4, Cardology number 4. This is a beautiful, beautiful joy. Consider joining our membership. All right. This is your Astro Shaman inspiring brilliance with occult practices and spiritual accountability, which our members are doing on the regular. I will see you soon. I love you. Ciao.